Hey, Lenny Bracken from Charlotte Consultant Services. I'm going to take you to our five-step process to higher profitability, and higher value of your firm. Um, the five steps are easy. How do we know it works? Well, we've been implementing it for 25 years as institutional investors, or I was an institutional investor. And it's what I used to do. And I've seen it be successfully implemented in large companies that are in the S&P 500 to the smaller companies that are in the Russell. Companies are not run off the cuff day to day without budgeting, planning, and forecasting their business. And at Charlotte Consultant Services, we aim to do all of that so that we understand what you do day to day translates into higher profits and a higher value of your firm. And every larger company out there, whether it be private or public, does what I'm saying you should do to drive value in your firm. So the first step in our five-step process is understanding your business strategy, or formulating one if you don't have one. So that's sort of what your strategy to market is, what your mission statement is, what your competitive advantage is. We define all of that, and in the process, we basically figure out the how, the what, the where, and the why of your firm. And the how is how products are sold, what they are, and where your profits are derived, and why you're doing what you're doing, and how that all ties into your business strategy. The next thing we do is something we translate your financials into models. So we create an income statement, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement, which captures the entire business in numbers, so that you can actually quantify what you're doing. When you make decisions, you can quantify them. And we do, our models initially start out with looking at the prior 2 years. And so our input to that is basically our discussion with the management team of the company, the owner, maybe analyzing some competitors. But it for the large part is the accounting that your CPA may have, that we use as a basis of creating that. The third thing we do is then we benchmark it. So after we'll look at the historical numbers in the modeling process, we actually create certain ratios to measure the efficiency of the business. And after we do that, we then optimize the business by looking at the benchmarks, looking at the numbers behind the company, and that may be implementing or beginning to implement a plan that may change where your resources are focused on, by looking at where your profits are coming from by product line or product category or company segment. So you can better understand where your profits are and where you can allocate your resources. It's a simple concept. So the last part of it is actually forecasting the business. So after we optimize the business and we create sort of a game plan of how to improve profits, we put everything in paper into a model that creates a plan by the numbers for the next 3 years. So if you're implementing a new marketing strategy, you know how much that costs. If you're buying merging with another company, you know the implications of that. If you're buying new equipment, you know what that new equipment costs and how it affects the profitability of the business today, and what you need to do to actually cover those costs to make a profit. Things like that. That's basically the five-step process. I think if you follow it with our help, I think you're on the road to higher profits and better value for your firm. Thanks.